have you back. Today I thought that I would do a video all about eyelash extensions. A little bit of a backstory first. I started getting eyelash extensions in early summer 2015, and then in about November I decided to give my eyelashes a break. Mostly because I really just wanted to see if there was a lot of damage to my natural lashes. So when I just kind of let them grow out and fall out, I took pictures of my lashes. That would have been after I had the extensions, and then I also took pictures before I had the extensions, so that way I could kind of compare and contrast. So if you want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly all about eyelash extensions, then just keep watching. Let's start off with the good. So the good is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you get to wake up with nice, full, long eyelashes every day. It cuts your makeup time, like seriously, more than half probably. Because I'd say the longest thing about putting on my makeup in the morning is doing my mascara and my eyebrows. So if I no longer have to do my mascara, then I feel like my makeup gets done really quickly. Also, I mean, if you really wanted to just wake up and go in the morning, then you could. Eyelash extensions, because they're so full and the length really opens up your eye, it really does allow you to wear less eye makeup. I mean, you don't really have to wear eyeliner or anything like that to really define the eyes because those eyelash extensions are really opening them up. I will give you a close-up shot of my new lash extensions here in just a second, so that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about. In addition to, you know, just being able to get up and go without having to wear mascara, a lot of people have different opinions about this. My personal opinion is that you don't need mascara on top of the eyelash extensions. Some people wear it, some people don't. I just don't really find that it's very necessary. I mean, for me personally, but you can wear mascara on top of the extensions if you choose. It will just limit the longevity of those extensions, because if you think about it, you're putting on mascara on those lash extensions that are glued to your natural lashes, but then when you go to take off that mascara, it can really loosen up that glue and make those lashes fall out faster than they would if you didn't have to do all of that. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the good is that mascara, don't really need it. I personally, this is a good for me because I personally did not have any issues with my natural lashes falling out. When you have lash extensions, for the first couple days, you will, like if you have one that falls out and you'll see that your natural lash is attached to it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like, oh my god, my lashes are falling out, I shouldn't have got these, like what was I thinking? But in reality, you lose hair every single day, and that includes lashes. So just because you see one lash falling out with your lash extensions, it was probably just time for that lash to actually come out. I noticed absolutely no difference in my natural lashes, the like fullness and the health of them before I had lash extensions and after I had lash extensions. So for me personally, another good thing is that I still have natural lashes. Okay, now let's move on to the bad. The number one thing that is bad for this is obviously the cost. I mean, when you first get them done, and I actually think that I have a pretty good deal in comparison to what I'm hearing some other price points being, but when you first get them done, it's $100. And that will give you a full set of lashes. And then once you get them filled, it's $45 at my lady. And I think she's amazing. But $45, and that is about every 2 to 3 weeks, which is another bad because it does take time and it does take money to go and get them filled every 2 to 3 weeks. Now, that time frame will depend on, you know, how those lashes stick to your natural lashes. And so your lash lady should kind of play around with glues and different techniques in order to make those lashes stick to your natural lashes much longer. Because I've worked with my lash extension lady for a little while now and we've kind of pinpointed down what glue works best for me and all of that kind of stuff, I can go a solid 3 weeks before I really need to go back and get them filled. But $100 when you first get it done, $45 to get them filled. And then even though you have to go every 2 to 3 weeks, it's kind of a pain. Like, to go and make the effort to actually go get it done. Once you get there, they will just tape down your like bottom area right here, so that way your bottom lashes don't get mixed up with your top lashes, and you just lay there. However, your eyes are closed the entire time, so you can't really get anything done. You can't check emails, you can't work on your computer, check Instagram, or anything like that. You just have to lay there for, depending on how many lashes you lost in between time. When you first get them done and you get a full set, it's about an hour and a half. And then after that, it's about an hour for each fill. So one bad thing is the time it takes to get them done. Another bad thing is that it can be an adjustment to apply eye makeup after you get them done. You're so used to applying eyeshadow and liner without really any lashes there, but then when you have these big long extensions, it's like trying to put on eye makeup when you already have put on a strip of lashes on your eyes. So you can kind of see how that would be difficult, because you kind of have to like move behind those eyelashes in order to get that space. But it is something that you will get used to after you've had them for a certain amount of time. It's just that adjustment period. Eyeliner, for me personally, eyeliner is almost impossible to do with eyelash extensions because it's really, really difficult to get right into that lash line, that upper lash line. But for me personally, when I have eyelash extensions, I really don't see the need for liner on my upper lash line whatsoever, but that would be your call. Another thing that you have to adjust to is you may have to change up your makeup removing technique. I used to, when I don't have eyelash extensions, I use an oil to remove all of my makeup just because I think it really easily melts all of the makeup off my face. However, when you have eyelash extensions, you cannot do that because that oil will remove the stickiness of the lash glue, and then your lashes will literally just fall out. Not your real lashes, but your lash extensions will fall out. So when you do get eyelash extensions and you want to remove any eye makeup like eyeshadow or mascara on your lower lash line or anything like that, I use Bioderma because it is a water-based makeup remover, and I haven't had any issues with having lashes fall out. Another thing that you want to be aware of is avoiding any oil-based eye makeup. So if you have like a eyeshadow or a cream eyeshadow that is an oil-based, I personally would stay away from that because, again, that will loosen the glue and possibly cause those extensions to fall out quicker than they would otherwise. Another bad thing, and this could be a good or bad thing, it does take time to find somebody who does those lash extensions that you really trust. I mean, you're trusting them to basically put glue very close to your eyeball and you're trusting them with your natural lashes and the health of that, and you're trusting them to make them look good. I mean, it's not cheap to get them done, so when you leave, you want to be happy with how they look. And so I do think it takes time to, you know, really research the person that you're interested in visiting. You know, look on Instagram, look at their before and after pictures. You know, ask friends. If you see somebody who you think may have eyelash extensions, ask them, you know, are those lash extensions or are you wearing falsies? Like, people ask me that all the time and I never get offended. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, they're extensions, and I go, here, she's awesome, you know. I would definitely ask around and do your research before you just pick a place. Don't just go to the cheapest place that you found on Yelp, because you may be severely disappointed when you leave that place. I would just do your research. And now we have the ugly. Now, when they grow out, they do look bleh. I mean, because if you imagine, you could have some that fall out on, you know, just one side, and then you're just missing a bunch of lashes on one side, but then the other eye is full. I've had that happen before, and it doesn't look cute. But what I do, once I get to that point where it's like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks and I really need to go get them filled, that's the time where I'll use mascara in order to fill in those blank spots and make them look more full and not so obvious that some are extensions and some are my real natural lashes. You could also have some sort of an allergic reaction to the glue or the products that your person is using, so that's something to keep in mind. I am very, very sensitive to glue when I use like just regular strip lashes. I cannot wear lashes for more than like an hour when I'm using falsies falsies. So I was scared when I went to my lash extension lady, like, what if this just really irritates my eyes and then they're stuck to my eyelashes? So what she did is she used a glue that, you know, was supposed to be really, really good, but that she'd never heard anybody have an allergic reaction to. And she just put one eyelash extension on my eyelash and I left for the day. That was the first time ever going to her because she wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to have any sort of allergic reaction to that glue or to the lash. So by just putting that one on there, it wasn't, you know, a whole set of lashes, but she said, give it 1 to 2 days, call me back in 2 days. If you don't have any sort of reaction to it, then we can go ahead and do the full set. If you do, A, we may not be able to do them, or B, we're gonna have to find some other kind of glue that doesn't irritate your skin. So I have really like that duo glue. It just really irritates my eyes, but I've had 0 issues with any of the products that my lash extension lady has used on my lashes. And now I'm gonna go into more like maintenance, like what that really looks like with eyelash extensions. I mean, obviously it's very, very easy to just wake up and go and not have to do mascara, but there are some things that you can do in order to maintain your lashes so that they last a little bit longer. The first thing is to brush them often. So your lash extensionist should give you a little wand that looks just like a mascara wand so that you can actually comb through your lashes. Brushing them will actually lengthen the life of your lashes because if you don't brush them, they're going to get tangled, and there is a little something called mites that you could get in your lashes if you're not keeping them clean and brushing through them. And mites will destroy your natural lashes and those extensions. So you have to be hygienic when you're using it. I mean, brush out your lashes just like you would your teeth. Now you also want to clean your lashes, and that will keep away any mites or anything like that. I don't want to scare you with the word mites because it's very, very rare that that could happen, but it could happen if you're not keeping them clean or taking care of your lashes, and I wouldn't want to see that happen to any of you. So you do want to use a baby shampoo in order to clean your eyelashes. You just want to take a little bit on your thumb, between your thumb and your middle finger, and then just kind of rub those lashes very, very gently. You don't want to go rough because you could accidentally pull out some of those lash extensions, but just very, very gently rub those extensions to make sure that they're squeaky clean. And remember, any sort of oil will break down the glue on those lash extensions, so you want to make sure that when you're removing your makeup, you are not using any sort of oil-based products. Like I said, I will actually use Bioderma, and to clean up my lower lash mascara, I will just take some Bioderma on a Q-tip and then just pull down my eye very gently and rub right in here, and it will take off that mascara without, you know, messing with any of the lashes or the lash extensions, and then I'll go in with my baby shampoo to clean them up. Just keep in mind that when you're maintaining them, you do have to go every 2 to 3 weeks depending on your lashes. I mean, it's totally different from person to person, so that will depend on you. I do know that sometimes people with extremely oily eyelids will have to go get them filled more frequently because, again, that oil will loosen up the glue on those lashes and then cause them to fall out quicker. So then you'd have to go get them filled more frequently. You do have to go about every 2 to 3 weeks in order to get them filled, but remember, the fill is cheaper. So for me, the fill is $45 in comparison to a full set, which is $100. So just keep that in mind. I think that's it for right now. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to leave them down below. I hope this was helpful to anyone who is thinking about getting lash extensions, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.